Francis Ngannou for the Tyson Fury fight.
That's crazy. Is he?
Yeah.
That old school, that customato, that old school.
I mean, I don't know how much he's going to change his style because they're fighting in October, you know, and it's August now.
Yeah, he's got Tyson Fury's got a plethora of knowledge there.
He's the best ever.
Yes.
As far as heavyweights.
But you know what?
It's hard to imagine, other than Mike Tyson in his prime, anybody beating that guy.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's so good. He's so good. He's mad at me. He's
He
mad
is?
at me because I said John Jones would fuck him up.
But in an MMA fight, he would. That's not being mean.
Yeah, but it's just the way I said it. I dragged him into this who's the baddest man on the planet thing, which I didn't mean to do. I love the guy.
Yeah, but
it was
he's
just
probably being
I was talking a
dramatic.
little loose.
He's being dramatic.
I was
he's a
with
fighter.
Schultz. I think we probably had a couple of cocktails. I was talking a little loose. He got very mad at me.
He did?
I love
For
the
real?
guy.
Got
Yeah,
mad?
yeah, yeah.
Did
He
he
got mad.
text you or
No,
talk to
no. He just talked shit about me. Made a video. I love the guy. I really do.
There's nothing
but
not
it's
to
just
love, but-
the difference. Look, if he learned MMA, look, that guy's a warrior. If someone taught him when he was young how to wrestle and jiu-jitsu and leg kicks, he would fuck everybody up
I know,
as an MMA fighter as well.
Sure.
Because that's who he is.
Yeah, but
the
also,
reality of wrestling is just
You're not defending
thing.
against an ankle lock unless you've seen it and drilled it a lot of
It's
times.
not just that. You're not defending against John Jones.
A rear naked choke. And,
Especially if there's nowhere to go. Like if you're,
takedowns.
like I said, trapped in a room.
Yeah.
It's like,
But that's not insulting.
he thought it was.
It's a different sport.
Because he's a fucking warrior,
But
man.
it's a
You
different
can't
sport.
say that a guy is a better man than him. That's what it is. A challenge. I could have said it in a much more diplomatic way.
Okay.
I should have said
So
it in a much more
you mean you were
diplomatic
too
way.
honest?
A little bit. Talking shit. That's what it was. It was talking shit. But I do love the guy. And I do think that the thing about Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury is I do not imagine a world where Francis Ngannou can outbox Tyson Fury. I do not think that will ever take place.
No way.
Tyson Fury is a master. His footwork, his jab, his understanding of what to do. You ever see that fight with Otto Wild where he's on the ropes and just bobbing and weaving and slipping
he
punches?
can see what you're doing. He's going to put Francis Ngannou. So one of the great things about watching Bud Crawford with Errol Spence is,
oh my goodness,
Bud Crawford was able to put his feet in a place where Errol Spence had to keep adjusting. That's why it looked as great as Errol Spence looked. You'll never see him look as off balance as he did against a genius like Bud Crawford.
Right.
It's more where he's placing his feet, those little details, those micro adjustments. He's never out of place.
And his accuracy.
But again,
landing
it's
those hooks in tight like that.
where he's punching from.
Yes.
It's where he's punching
Perfect
from.
positioning.
Yes.
Perfect positioning.
That can't be. That has to be. You don't learn that in 4 months.
No. No.
Those are details that are if you're tutored right and you have the kind of brain that someone like Hopkins or Bud Crawford has.
Yeah.
That's for you. But
what I will say though is Francis Ngannou hits like a freight train.
Correct.
He hits like a freight train.
But Dylan White does too, and so does.
I don't think those guys hit as hard as Francis. I mean, I don't know, but Francis is a natural 265.
Yeah.
He has to cut down to make 265. He hits so fucking hard. The question is, will he be able to connect on the greatest heavyweight ever?
Also, when is he going to get tired?
Will he get tired? Will he be inefficient like with Conor and Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather is so efficient and so smooth and composed.
Relaxed, moving.
Always relaxed. And he can box like that for 30 rounds in a row.
They also roll shots. He can just kind of move. He's
Look
much.
at this. Look at this with Otto Whalen.
Yeah, it's
Watch
incredible.
this.
I know.
Look at this movement.
Look at he knows what's going on too. He just keeps his.
And the length and distance that fucking guy has.
Look at him.
His jab
He's
is
so
just
good.
Everything he does is incredible.
Yeah.
And there was this crazy controversy after the Deontay Wilder fight where they were claiming that he didn't have his gloves on correctly and that his knuckles were actually over the padding.
Stop.
But that's just because he's so loose.
Yeah.
When he throws his hands out sometimes, he mixes up between showing you the jab and just popping you and then driving with a power shot.
He just figures out, but he also figures out all your patterns. The other thing about being a boxer at someone like Ngannou's level, a rather novice, and someone like Tyson Fury has patterns. He can see what you're going to do. Francis Ngannou's going to come to him with a game plan. That game plan, with all due respect, for someone like Tyson Fury, is rudimentary. They're going to figure out I see what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. It's like with Duran. I can't remember the boxer, but he came back to his corner and goes, he's reading my mind. No, Duran just understands those patterns so well that he was beating you to the punch.
Right.
That's what was happening.
Right.
It's the same idea. Once a fighter does that, Manny Pacquiao did that to the great Miguel Cotto. He did it by the third round. He figured him out. And you could see, what's his name, Freddie Roach screaming, knock him out. And then Freddie, after that fight, said, I talked to him actually, he said he didn't want to knock him out, didn't want to hurt him, but he couldn't.
Wow.
That's how good.
He's so nice.
Yeah, right?
For a killer.
How about that?
Manny Pacquiao,
Yes.
so nice.
Didn't want to knock. That's true though, man. When a fighter figures your game out that quickly, we'll see you later. He downloaded everything.
Is
you're
that
gonna
real?
do.
He really didn't want to knock him out?
That's what Freddie Roach said.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because he was like, get him out of here. And he's like, I don't want to be mean.
That's crazy.
You could
That's
see
crazy.
it. You could see he broke his nose, and it was just crazy. But
Manny's talking about fighting again, like a real fight.
well, guys like Manny and guys like nobody talks enough about Bernard Hopkins and what he was able to do up until the age of 50.
Yeah.
I was talking to Masvidal about this. Like, you're talking about a guy in a division where speed and power make a big difference, and he was at 50. He
Yeah.
was still fighting at a level that maybe two other
championship
people.
level.
Crazy.
Yeah, incredible.
And that's because of his fight IQ.
his fight IQ and his discipline. The guy never got out of shape, never ate bad, never
did
drank.
push-ups between rounds.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just one of the all-timers, and just what a guy to emulate. You see his style, like when he beat Tito Trinidad, nobody gave him a chance. He went over to Puerto Rico and threw the Puerto Rican flag on the ground.
I didn't see
They
that.
tried to kill him.
I didn't see
Yeah. Oh, he hyped that fight up in a big way, and he got Tito Trinidad very emotional, and then he just boxed his face off.
He'll get you. He'll get in your kitchen, man.
Oh,
He'll find you. Always have a window open in your house, and he'll climb into that fucking window.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Such a good
He,
boxer.
apparently, with Kelly Pavlik, who was a killer, he whispered in his ear. He said, "Don't let this ruin you."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that fight. He was in his 40s.
And Kelly Pavlik was like
Was a killer.
Killer.
It was after he knocked out Jermaine Taylor.
Right.
Right?
And Jermaine Taylor's a monster.
Kelly Pavlik was a killer.
Yeah, killer. But
And-
just ran into a genius.
He just ran into a genius.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Genius boxers, to me, it's the most exciting thing to watch. So when you watch a guy like Terrence Crawford or the guy who's going to fight next, Bout Ennis.
I don't know much about
Oh,
Bout
my
Ennis.
God. He's so
Is
good.
he fighting him at 54?
I think they're talking about doing a rematch with Errol Spence at 54.
Yeah, well,
But, that's a hard sell.
yeah, it is.
The only thought would be that Errol Spence depleted himself so much getting to 154 that he couldn't fight to the best of his abilities. But just looks like Terrence Crawford's on another level.
He is.
I mean, it's undeniable that boxers do get weakened when they lose a lot of weight. It's undeniable. But he had been world champion at 47.
Yeah, I don't
undefeated.
think that was an issue of weakness. I think that was an issue of just
Genius.
Yeah.